This is just a random video. Matt with Matt's Fish Room. The new fish room that's being put together, all the power outlets are in, all the power's run, everything's together. I just finished mounting the wires above the door because every time I move the door, the wires are falling, so I had to mount that up there. Hopefully this weekend, it's actually like it's been normally. It's raining. Got a lot of rain out here, so it's kind of hindering my concrete. There's some more of my crush and run I've been shoveling in this building, and it's a little bit of a mess right now because we've been moving stuff all over the place. But I've got a 10 by 20 section of concrete poured. Not bad for never doing concrete. Again, don't mind the mess and my new grill. I'm gonna give a shout out. I did a job today for RecTech. It's a local grill company. Shout out to Matt, man, hooked me up. And they ended up giving me a sweet deal on a grill. And I don't know if y'all have ever done a RecTech grill or not, but these things are amazing. I'm not even a good cook, and it makes me seem like I'm a great cook. Highly recommend these things. We're in Augusta, Georgia. They're actually a local shop right down the street from us, so that's cool too. But yeah, shout out to RecTech, shout out to Matt. I appreciate that today. There's my concrete mixer that I bought. That was $200 very well spent. I did both these pads by myself with this machine. I'm about to push back. I've got to move this somewhere else. I'm probably honestly just going to push it back to the back just a little bit more. I need to about right here, and that'll be my second section. I'll build the frames out this weekend, and then we'll pour the next two slabs depending on the weather. Within two to 3 weeks they'll both be poured, so then the majority of the building will be done at that point in time. And I know myself very well. Once I have it almost finished, I'll just come out here one day and do the rest of it because I'm impatient and I can't wait. That being said, I am very, very happy to say that this building does not leak. The roof is definitely fixed. That also being said, with their back, there's no insulation on the roof yet. Condensation does build up. So when you first come in here, you might get a little bit of stuff dripping on you, but that's because the insulation's not up yet. I've got some of it there, and I'll definitely need some more. But this whole section will be insulated about the same time that the concrete slabs are poured. And then I've got the plywood for the walls, and I'm gonna do a bunch of reclaim lumber from the walls too. I've got a little pile of it right there just to kind of see what it was gonna look like. It's just some reclaimed pine wood. I've got so much of this stuff, it's insane. It's really pretty. I built a few stands out of some of it. My big stand inside's built out of this stuff. It's gorgeous. Something else is super cool. I'll show you in the back. When this thing's done and I'm bringing my fishing stuff in here, I'm probably gonna build some acrylic tanks. These are sheets of acrylic. Look how thick that is. But yeah, these are just sheets of acrylic. I want to do some plywood ponds with big viewing windows, and I've even pondered the idea of doing a concrete pond and just putting liner on the inside of it so that it doesn't, concrete's got some nasty stuff in it. But I've been considering that. I've got a ton of this acrylic. It's just it came out of a bank, and I saved it. And my tank inside, my big 165 inside, is built out of it. That was my first acrylic attempt. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time. You gotta prep it, you gotta be ready, you gotta polish it. Oh my God, you gotta polish it. But I'm gonna build some cool stuff with that. This is a 265 that's got a busted seam on it. I'm just gonna, once I get this section of concrete here poured, I'm gonna build a somewhat stand for this, get the stand ready for this, but I'm gonna go ahead and reseal this tank and get it ready. I'm honestly probably gonna go ahead and fill it with sand and start putting salt water in it once we're close and let it cycle, because I really want my big eel to go in here. At least for now. She's a big eel. So we're gonna try to put her in something bigger. And even with a tank this size, this is a 265, this isn't enough. That fish is gonna need a 500-gallon tank for sure, if not bigger. So it'll kind of just be a gradual step up until I can get the plywood ponds built. But once I get the ponds built, the eel will have its spot, and some of the aggressive sharks will have their spot, and we'll kind of do these other tanks a little bit different. But again, it's Matt's fish room. Some of the concrete's down. It's a mess in here, but the power's in. Most of the walls are ready to be framed in. I've got to cut that off the door. I just ran it to run it. I would just take a sawzall and just chop that off the beam, and then so on and so forth. But we're getting close. I'm excited about it. Like my page, subscribe. This part here is kind of choppy and weird, but once we get into the tank stuff, I'll be able to show you step by step how you set them up and move them and all the ins and outs of that. All the tanks in my other fish room, which is that far building closest to the house, will be coming in here. And with this much space, I'll be able to show you a lot. You're really going to be impressed. There'll be some stuff that'll really answer some questions for you that's hard to figure out just by looking on the internet. But anyway, Matt's Fish Room. Like my page. I appreciate it. Bye.